Today we have a special Ask the Expert Heart Health Edition. This is in honor of American Heart Month. Heart disease remains the #1 killer of Americans, and a disturbing spike in deaths is among women ages 35 to 44. And our very own Melissa Crowley is in that age group and volunteered to wear a heart monitor for 24 hours. She is here with us during the show, ready to discuss those results. Hey there, Melissa.
Good morning. I think my heart is pounding. Actually, I was a little nervous and was very happy to help. So our cardiologist, because we couldn't do it without you. Dr. Vallurpalli and her team really stepped up to help us out. Now, you want to share the results, and what you also found, there's some great suggestions for really women of all ages in terms of stress. First of all, were there any red flags or pretty boring, hopefully?
Actually, you did pretty well handling stress on the heart monitor. You had a very nice, even heart rate. There were a couple of spikes, particularly in the afternoon, right after you finished work and you were thinking about the chores for the rest of the day. You had a couple of spikes, but mommy time, on-air time, you were able to handle the stress pretty well.
Whew, okay, that's good to know. Now, I thought it was interesting. One of the highest spikes, I think it was at 155, actually was not while I was working out. I think it's, and maybe a lot of women are unaware of this, it's actually the anticipation of what they're lining up for the day ahead, thinking of lunches, going to the gym. Should people be mindful of that stress instead of maybe trying to push through it, examine parts of the day? Because that actually could damage your heart long term.
Absolutely. Right? Long term, stress can damage the heart directly or indirectly because it changes our behavior, it changes the blood pressure, heart rate, behavior in terms of overeating, high cholesterol, those kind of things. So if we are aware that we're in a stressful situation, recognizing it and modifying it, meaning taking a deep breath in and relaxing, trying to relax, which is called actually mindful stress reduction, which is also a program.
Okay, I found it really interesting when you were chatting in your office that women, especially in terms of patients, seem to hedge and backpedal. Can you explain what that means? Is that they take too long to come to see you and then they almost apologize for it when they're in the office?
Right. Women tend to put themselves at the bottom of the priority list when it comes to taking care of things at home. So usually it takes them a while to make an appointment to come in to see one of us. And even once they come in, they start apologizing immediately, saying that, oh, I think this is nothing, this is probably related to stress, and we have to force information out of them to say, hey, hold on a second, tell me about the symptoms, and then we'll decide what you need, what kind of test you need to have.
And that's what you were saying. You said, okay, let's hope that it's nothing, but let's rule it out. Wearing the monitor, it was very eye-opening to see. During the day, I actually thought we'd see more spikes with stress, but I was able to take my girls in for one of the readings, and I think that's one of the important parts of this, that we want women to be aware, not just older, but perhaps any age group, to start taking better care of our hearts. So it was a neat discussion to start with them about, let's start thinking about exercise. And also, just in chatting with friends and coworkers, there are different warning signs for women in heart disease and heart attacks. And I think it's important to remind everybody what those are. What are some of the red flags you think, especially women, might miss?
In women, the symptoms are a little bit different because they can be subtle. They can be what we call atypical, meaning it may not be the crushing chest tightness that happens. They could have tightness, pressure that is in the jaw, in the arms, in the back. It could be just shortness of breath without any chest pain, or it could be breaking out in a cold sweat, nausea, vomiting, or lightheadedness, or it could be extreme fatigue. So because the symptoms are atypical and because they can be subtle, women have difficulty recognizing the symptoms. They don't seek medical attention immediately. That delays the diagnosis, which also causes the outcomes are poor.
So bottom line, we don't want to wait, right?
No waiting. Seek help as soon as you think that you're having some symptoms that could be related to the heart.
Doctor, thank you. This is all good stuff. I could continue this conversation all day, and I think if our boss is listening, you prescribe some vacation for me? No?
Yes,
okay,
absolutely. You need a vacation.
Thank you.
Based on your heart monitor results.
I'll do it for the doctor's case. And so keep hopefully some interesting information that helps other people. Again, don't be shy, ask questions, and don't wait if you have any concerns.
Absolutely. Thank you both. And don't forget, you can also do your part at home to spread the word about heart disease. Wear red tomorrow. Tomorrow is National Wear Red Day. The doctor got ahead of it, and we love it, Doctor.
Yay.
I will be out at Arden Fair Mall in Sacramento for the first ever Red Fashion Show. Go Red Fashion Show. The festivities are set to take place tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 2 o'clock right there in the center court in Arden Fair. It's going to be awesome. Cannot wait.